think I'm a little bit late. Hello, Clint from Tulsa, Oklahoma. How's the weather out there? Any tornadoes this year? How is the audio? If anybody can tell me how the audio is. The real red nitro. What's up? Dude. Pole dancers 1, 10 minutes late. Glad to see you doing okay. I'm alive. I think I think I couldn't come up with anything to a positive message this weekend, so I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to tell everybody how it really is this weekend. It always feels better when I get into the stream. It's kind of like, I can bitch a little bit and feel a lot better. So if you can't see, I tweaked my wrist. And if you can't see, I made a White Russian. It's really hard to 10 bar with one hand. I could pick this up, but that's about the limit. I can't really pick anything else up. Not really a White Russian if you make it with rum, but that's what there is in the house. If you don't know, I'm living in my brother's house, and he's got all the liquor cabinet. And I said, vodka goes in a White Russian, but you don't have any vodka. All you have is this rum. It's actually not that bad. I'm actually already starting to feel better, and I've only had 2 sips off of this. Ooh, what are y'all doing on a Sunday? Checking in from northern New Jersey. Your audio sounds good. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Hey, what's up, Richard? Richard, man, I'm struggling. I am struggling this weekend. The whole weekend has just been a shit show, disaster. Just because y'all saw the video that I think I published on Thursday. That was the day before, and it was a marvelous, fantastic day. I got out on my peg leg and got out there and rescued my truck, which was supposed to mean that that I had some freedom. But then the next day, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get in my newly rescued truck and drive back to my bus, 150 yards, not even that, probably. Probably about the same distance that the shooter shot Trump from. Somebody mentioned, what's up, Luke? There's no milk in this. It's all liqueurs and alcohol. So it's all everything you're not supposed to put in a White Russian. So there's rum. There's Kahlua, and there's what's the milky liqueur I can't think of. Anyway, it's the other milky liqueur. Cream. Irish cream. That's what it's in here. Cheers. Yeah, milk and I think you're supposed to put Kahlua in half and half. Vodka, Kahlua, and half and half. I think that's the actual the recipe. I don't know. I've never tended bar, so. But what I was gonna say, let me put this caption up here. Where is my caption? So I tweaked my wrist Thursday. So the video came out that I made the day before, and then the next day, Thursday, when the video came out, y'all thought it was all hunky-dory, and I thought it was too till the end of the day. I got out there and grabbed some gear out of my bus. So I got up in the bus on crutches, on my peg leg, and I got in there hobbling around such weird positions, because the bus is really tight. There's not a lot of space in there. I can't get the chair in there. I could barely get the crutches in there. In some places I have to walk sideways. Anyway, I grabbed a bunch of gear that I needed, and a couple of changes of clothes. I can't remember what I got, but I got a backpack full of crap, and somehow, and I'm not really sure, but I tweaked my wrist, and by the time I got back to the house, I was worn out, but my wrist was throbbing. I was like, man, I hope this doesn't, and it did. it's been hurting ever since. And now it's so bad, I can't even push my wheelchair. So basically, I have been stuck in the house, except my buddy Solon, who visited me in the hospital when I was in Nashville. He came down from Nashville. His grandkids are down here, so came down here to pick them up. And before he did all that, he came and took me for a steak dinner, which is the the shining the shining beacon of light for the whole weekend. And it was, golly, that was such a good steak. He likes steak, and so do I. So we went out to Longhorn. Oh my God, that's the best steak I've had in probably a year. No, since the last time I ate steak with so long. We found this restaurant in Tennessee. We just lucked up on it, 1884 or something like that, I think was the name of the restaurant. Anyway, steak. Yeah, so that was really the only good thing that's happened this whole weekend. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to bitch a little bit and maybe talk about some stuff that I'm thinking about doing. I've been really struggling trying to get inspired to make a video, but I don't know if you saw the trailer. Luke, I know, has seen the trailer. I sent it to him before. He said it was gross. So the trailer is about. I got into a discussion. I don't know, but a discussion. I was talking with my nephew. He was offering me a piece of his tomato. He's got a tomato plant, and he diced one up. He says, "It's delicious. Here, have a piece." So he gave me this chunk, and I was like, "Nah." He's like, "You don't like tomatoes?" I love tomatoes. I just don't like them with dick cheese on them. And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Dude, I've never seen you wash your hands. I know you didn't wash them before you started handling that tomato, so no thank you." And he's like, "Dick cheese." He got all offended. And it just kind of inspired me to make a video about dick cheese. Our new sponsor, Dick's Cheese Bread. The idea is funny. I don't know. It's Luke said it was gross, so yeah, I don't know what to think. I don't know if that's freaking everybody out or what. So anyway, that's another good thing about the streams. I get to talk a little bit with you guys, but it's mostly me just standing up here doing stand-up comedy. It's open mic night, if you don't know. Open mic night. Welcome everybody. I really should do a set. I really should come up with a 10-minute routine. I've always wanted to do an open mic night. My ex-wife, I tried to get her on stage, and she just absolutely would not do it. I was like, "You would be great." I can't remember jokes. I'm more of like a spontaneous kind of comic, and comic is kind of a loose description of what I do. I amuse myself. Sometimes I amuse other people, but that's where the dick cheese came from. Let's see if I can. Make Dave, what's up, Dave? Dave's crazy trailer. Still have your sense of humor. Yeah, I'm. That's the only thing that's saving me. If you want to make a camping cheese bread vid, I am Richard. I know who you are. What did I call you something else? I'm sorry if I did. It's no worse than you mixing a bunch of liquors together and calling it a White Russian. Well, okay, so what did I get wrong? So it's vodka, it's Kahlua, and it's half and half, right? Dick cheese. Yeah, I'll let me pop a link to the to the dick cheese video, just in case you missed the trailer. I try to put trailers in on all my live streams so people can see something different, because there's a lot of videos that I think are pretty good that nobody watches, or YouTube chooses not to show it to anybody, which is the quickest way for nobody to watch my videos. Oh, I still haven't done this thing yet. Damn, I keep forgetting. I'm a terrible producer. I will drop this link in. And you could, if you're on a computer, you could watch it as I'm running my mouth. If you're on a phone, you're going to have to watch it later or watch it now and then come back to the stream. You're not going to miss anything in here. I don't ever say anything, anything of value here. So Odd Hawaii is my other channel. I just posted it in the chat. If anybody wants to go check it out, it's only a minute long, so. But it's a commercial, and I've been wanting to do some funny stuff, and that's the only thing that inspired me this whole weekend. The only thing that inspired me, and I just barely got it done because I'm sitting here going, "How do I make this funny? How do I make this funny? How do I make Dick Cheese funny?" And I've been wanting to do another commercial so I can have a sponsor. This video is brought to you by Dick's Cheese Spread. That's what I'm going to put it on the next video. So I've been thinking about doing this. Y'all may have seen this thing before. I've been thinking about doing a video talking about this. Anybody know what this is? A handful of you know what it is because y'all been watching all my videos, and then nobody else is going to know what it is. But I'll put a closer, see if y'all can figure out what this crazy thing is. And then, yeah. So I've been wanting to make a video of this, and I've been wanting to make, and it may be a combination. It may be a combination of that story and the rest of the story. So y'all seen the crash stuff and all that stuff. I want to kind of finish up until the rest of the story, up until I get through my surgeries, and then I want to be done with that, and then I want to move on. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make this story a separate one or if I'm going to make a bunch of little short stories and tell y'all everything that happened after the crash. That's the unknown. I wished, golly, I wish that the rear facing camera on the motorcycle was tilted just a little bit more so you could see me and everybody surrounding me. That way it gives me a little bit better of an idea of how long I was out. I know it was at least 30 seconds. I was out for at least 30 seconds. And I'm thinking it was probably more like maybe 2 to 5 minutes. I don't know. But that's the unknown. So the story, my story is going to pick up after I regain consciousness. So, you know, there I am on the side of the road. And I think I woke up looking at the sky. So I don't think I rolled over. Anyway, I'm going to tell that story. I just think it's interesting. And I want to finish up and be done with this damn story. So I've told the story to a few of my friends. I've told the story to, I think I've told small pieces of the story. I know I've mentioned this. I don't know how much detail I've gone into about this, but anyway, I'm looking for suggestions because I'm keeping this. This is a space age material that cost me $50,000. Anyway, won't talk about that. What else do I want to talk about? So I've got a lot of ideas in my head going forward because I'm stuck in this freaking house for a few more weeks at least. And I was really hoping that peg leg was going to open up a lot of opportunity for me, but I'm not so sure now. Because it's painful to use. It's very painful. I can deal with the pain, and I just don't want to. I don't want to screw up my knee. I don't want to screw up anything that's left. And I'm afraid that using that peg leg is gonna. If I don't get it adjusted, and basically I called the. Let's change the topic here. Topics. My peg leg. My Amazon peg leg. Boom. My Amazon peg leg. So y'all saw the Amazon peg leg, I think, maybe some of you. You saw me hobbling around the truck if you watched that video. And I was really excited even though it was very ill-fitting that day. It was very hot. It was not adjusted right. The peg leg does not fit me. Number one, I got a buddy that's my size, and he said the same thing. He had to put, I think he said a stadium seat, like one of those. I think a folding. Maybe it's just one of those things with the looks like a looks like something out of a boat, a seat cushion. So basically, he took a thick seat cushion. He said it made a world of difference. I've tried several things so far. Nothing's really worked well. And also, it made the hinge of my knee when it was so it's basically move as I'm walking. My knee is it's putting a lot of stress on my knee. Everything I've tried, so I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to just give up on that and send it back, which is a real disappointment. Ah, Dick. Yeah. Okay, that's what you were saying. Richard is Dick. I got you. You know, all I drink is beer. I understand. You're missing out, bro. I understand. I love beer. That's my favorite drink too. And not just that, it's I can't drink a whole lot of liquor. And I like to drink just in general. I like to drink whatever fluid, and I like to be able to just whatever I'm drinking. I like to be able to drink gallons, and I'll drink 2 gallons of water in a day typically. So I love beer because I'm thirsty most of the time. I can't. Luckily, I'm loaded up with fluids because I can't drink this, and if I did, I would get hammered, and I don't like being drunk. So Richard's House of Cheese will pass on that store. Look up the singer Richard Cheese. I'll do that. Looks like you're doing much better. Dave, man, I don't know. It's been a rough weekend, man, just because of this. It sucks. And the disappointment from my peg leg is just not working out. I called the company and said, "Hey, what do you do?" And they were like, "Oh, put a bunch of padding in there." I was like, "The thing says 6'6". I'm barely 6'5", and it doesn't fit me. My buddy's probably 6'5", and same thing. It's 2 inches too short for 6'6" at least. My family call, my garage, Richard's Toy Box. Yeah, that sounds like a strip club. It's a shift linkage, or it could be shift linkage. I like shift lever. Right leg bone piece. Right leg bone piece. That's close, Will Billy. Hey, Moto Giant. Hey guys, what's up, Matthew Boyce? So anyway, um, the peg leg sucks. I'm gonna give it another shot when I get my wrist back to the point where I can actually use it again. If you missed it so far, I can't even push my chair with it. It hurts so bad. So everywhere I go, I'm basically pushing with my left leg, because if I'm pushing with my left hand assisting, the chair will spin out. So I can't adjust the spin from the left hand. So I'm really slow, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. um, I'm trying to stay on track here. Where was I? Oh, the stuff that I want to talk about, or the stuff that I want to do. Let's change my topic since I've already covered my peg leg. Uh, so I've got some video that I want to maybe take a look at editing and make it into something, because I'm stuck, man. I can't do anything. I can't ride. I can't make regular motorcycle videos. But I mentioned, I think I mentioned it on that last video on Sunday, that I've got a bunch of stuff that I want to review, and but it's getting to the point now where it's hard to film. It's really hard to film by myself. Carrying cameras and tripods and shit in a wheelchair is extraordinarily difficult. So I'm thinking Plan B is what, I don't know. Let me show you guys. I've been talking about this for a while. Videos that I want to make. I just kind of want to get your reaction. The folks that are in here, positive response, negative response. But here's a guy that I want to talk about. Let's see if I can find him. Oh, here we go. I don't know if anybody has seen this guy. I know a few of you have because y'all watch the same stuff that I do. Let's drop a few of his videos in here. I think that's what I'm going to do is stand by, y'all. Video source. Add directory. So the guy's name is Matt Spears, and I don't know if this is going to work or not. No, hell no, it's not going to work. Oh, it's going to work. Awesome. So this guy, this is Matt Spears. Go check out his channel. He's freaking amazing. He's I think the basic thing is he's a motocross guy, but he does all kinds of stupid shit on motorcycles. What I like to call the wrong motorcycle. And here he is on the Magruder Corridor, which I rode on a very capable dual sport, and I would describe it as you probably got to know what you're doing. There's not a whole lot of just terrible stuff, but he rides up on one of the worst sections, basically up to a fire tower on this Goldwing. He's taking his girlfriend up there with him. You can't see it now because she's filming, but yeah, it's a beat up old Goldwing. He's got a cute girlfriend too. Yeah, he just beats the shit out of this Goldwing. But I mean, that's kind of what he does, and not just that. He takes a. Let's see if I can. Let's go find that. Oh, here we go. Here's Hayabusa in. Oh. Number one, he's crazy. Number two, he's an outstanding rider because you can't make these big heavy beasts that are not supposed to be anywhere near these places. You can't do you can't do this and live unless you're this guy. I think he's like 75 and he's on an electric bike, and he's kind of showing you. It seems like he's kind of like, yeah, man, I don't know, that's kind of crazy what you're doing. But number one, he's a really good rider. Number two, yeah, an average rider wouldn't be able to stay on that damn bike, even on this stuff, just because those bikes have no suspension and way too much power. They're too heavy. Anyway, his buddy's out there riding on a dirt bike. I've been out there too. I can't remember. It's Slick Rock Trail. I think that's what they're on. And you got to know what you're doing. You really, even on a dirt bike, you got to know what you're going to do, and you're going to wind up upside down. And you can see, look at the skill. If you've never ridden stuff like that, just to be able to do what he's doing right there takes a lot of skill. That takes a lot of skill. And he actually goes up this little canyon, which is even more ridiculous. Anyway, I want to make a video of this guy, but mainly I want to point out how awesome the guy is, but I also want to talk about the idea of the... He takes that same bike out into the sand dunes. Let me see if I can find that damn thing. Actually, let's find it. Oh, here we go. This ridiculous Jeep trail. I don't know. I'd probably take a dirt bike up that. Well, no. 5 years ago, I would have taken a dirt bike up that. That's some tricky stuff, even on a very capable, very powerful, lightweight dirt bike. And he never gives up. That's what I love about him. Anyway, I'm really want to do a video on him and talk about a couple things. Everybody thinks they've got to have the perfect bike to do things, and he's a really good example of the absolute worst bike you can take up to some of these places. But yet, it's not the bike, it's the rider. You've heard that. Oh, this thing is just insane. This is a hill climb. Yeah, I think that's the same bike. He's just awesome, man. I love his energy. I love just the stuff he does, and he's just having a freaking blast. I don't want to get copyright smacked, so I'm gonna play all his stuff and just kind of give you a preview. But yeah, I don't know if y'all think that that might be something that's interesting or not. Because I don't want to put a lot of effort into something that nobody will. Oh, wait a minute. That's his channel. You can see right there. That's his channel. Here he is on the sand dunes, which is insane. He doesn't. There he is. Yeah, just wheeling the shit out of the sand dunes. Of course, he's got paddle tires on the back. But he's just, look, I mean, you can tell the guy's just full of energy, and he's just having a blast. Taking the wrong bike. You know, I just love it. I love it. I love his energy. I love what he's doing, and I want to talk about the idea of the wrong bike because I pretty much had the wrong bike my whole life. Even though I've almost always had a dual sport, so I've almost always had the ability to go off road and do stuff. But the problem has always been I've also been riding street bikes when I go, oh look, I wonder what's at the top of that power line or that dirt road, and taking a street bike up stuff like this is maybe possible part of the adventure. Anyway, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but I don't know of any better example of somebody taking the wrong bike than Matt Spears, because that's pretty much all he does. What's that freaking? That's terrifying. Having a 1,000-pound bike rolling down the trail behind you. Because I had like a 600-pound bike, 500-pound bike rolling down behind me. It was actually sliding. Hey, Moto Giant. Hey guys, what about your bike? Bike's fine. It's scuffed up. I'll probably do a video on that too. It's just hard to get to. It's hard to get to right now. I took some video, but it's not really. It doesn't. It's dark. I need to push it outside where I can move around the bike and talk about everything that's scuffed up. And that's all it is. It's a bunch of scuffed up. I've got a bent, basically broken foot peg, and that's really the only thing that appears to be wrong with the bike. But yeah, my motorcycle, that Tiger, is the least of my worries right now. I've got another motorcycle. I've got access. I've got a Harley Sportster that I have access to in the basement too. I want to get that thing out and maybe sell it before the end of the summer. That's my older brother's bike. We talked about the kind of bike that you're going to ride post-accident, if any at all. I will talk about that very soon, Matthew. But probably not till I get a leg. That's the primary. That's the only thing I'm focused on. If I ride again, it's contingent on me having a leg, and it's not that freaking Amazon peg leg. That's barely even working for me walking. So yeah, I'll talk about that soon. But yeah, that's kind of, I will say, big dual sport, if that's a hint for anybody. Repairs, I need a foot peg for the Tiger. I might need a clutch lever. It just doesn't look like, I mean, it's incredible. The damage that was on my body compared to the damage of the bike, and not just that, everybody thinks about bikes as the big thing. Bikes are shoes. They've always been shoes for me, and people get shocked when they hear that. It's like, I don't put $40,000 into my motorcycle, so it's easy for me to go, oh yeah, my shoe, it's not working for it anymore. I'm going to throw my shoes away and get me some more shoes. It's just shoes. It's blue jeans for me. They always have been. Now, have I loved some bikes? Yeah, mostly because they were fantastic bikes and they took me to some great places. But that's most of the time. It's like, wow, I really like that bike. I can remember doing some amazing stuff on it. So, AZ Sport Rider, what's up, man? What part of Arizona are you in? Matt is a rare breed. Totally. Totally. That's why I'm so inspired by that guy. Because if I was 20 years younger, I would go catch up with that guy and thrash some stupid bikes in some stupid places. Or at least hang out with the guy. I want to hang out with him. He's awesome. Americans hype man, you okay? But yeah, I'm hanging in there. I'm whole lot better now that I've got this a few sips of my white Russian in me, and I'm talking to you guys. That's very therapeutic. So I've got that. Let me see what other kind of videos I've got. I've got I just want to make fucking funny videos. That's really all I want to do. Oh, I've got some tripod cooking stuff. I a few months back I shot a lot of video trying to. That's what I'll do. That is what I shall do. Let me pull this up on the screen. Y'all stand by. I'm sorry. If I had a producer, I'd say, "Hey, producer, pull up those videos where I'm doing the tripod crap." All right. Add directory. Bump. Tripod cooking. Select folder. And then OK. And then pop. Let's see. I hope there's no nudity in here. Yep, that's not what I'm looking for. Wow. Oh, I've got a lot of gadgets that I shot video too. I need to make some freaking videos. I'm really behind on. This is, oh look, a man with two legs. How about that? So I set up this tripod and I did several different strategies. I did like on the ground. I did. Oh, this is. Oh, I see what's going on. This thing's really wonky because it's 4K, right? That's okay. That makes a lot of sense. So I'm starting to shoot in 4K. I know that sounds crazy. But so I had this Dakota fire pit. I don't know if y'all have seen any of the. I think I made a couple of videos on the Dakota fire pit. It's supposed to be the smokeless method. It's very good. I think that's probably the primary thing. Is if you're in a very windy environment, if you're out on the plain somewhere or somewhere where it's very breezy, um, the a below ground Dakota fire pit would be a much better. Damn it, sorry about that. I keep forgetting. Let me move this back a little bit so you can see this setup. Well, shit. You know what? Y'all didn't even see the hole. There we go. All right. So there's a hole hanging directly beneath it, and I've got a string here. I think I hung a pot there, actually. And I did some experimenting because I want to know if this shit is going to work for me out on the trail. And the fire pit was the Dakota fire pit was very disappointing with this contraption, just because you're hoping that the wood burns better and it's just breathes better and all that, but it's really hard to manage. It's very similar to the firebox. It's a very tight confined space. It's hard to stoke the coals. It's just hard to manage. Unlike an above ground fire, if you're trying to be stealthy, maybe this is a good fit for you. But basically, it's two holes. I don't think you can see the other hole, but it's basically a big hole, a vertical hole, and then a slightly diagonal hole, and it's supposed to allow air to come into the bottom, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. Maybe I'm just not really good at it. I've made a few fire pits before just because I'm interested. I'm always interested in experimenting and look at some other stuff. But I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing stuff like this, or if this is just more boring shit that you can find on other channels, guys that actually know what they're doing. And here's a little gadget that that somebody sent me. I don't know if I asked them for it or they just sent it to me, but it's basically it's a plate with 3 holes in it, and instead of having the top, I'm pulling it out of my pocket right there. Actually, no, it's already. It's basically a plate with 3 holes in it and a place to run this chain. Um, but I really like it because you can. It's easy to adjust the chain, so you can. If you had something burning on top of or cooking on top of a fire, you could adjust the heat easily by just moving this chain up and down and rehooking it. I mean, fractions of an inch. Anyway, hopefully there's something coming up here. Yeah, this is all unedited video, y'all. So, and this was a complete disaster. I'm just trying different things just to see, because I would like to use this as a grill. There may be some way to rig this thing up as a grill, but you can see it's just a complete disaster. But at least I'm out there trying different stuff. Trying and failing is trying still, right? Anyway, that's one idea that I've got. I don't know if anybody's interested in stuff like that. Let's see what else we got. Yeah. I also still have some several days of the tap that I haven't put up. Um, just seems like it's less interesting. I kind of lost interest because it seems like it's less interesting as soon as we crossed the Rockies and started getting into the desert. Um, I don't know. It's just kind of, I don't know. I may just find a way to go. Here's 3 days. That way I can put it out there and maybe show the highlights and just kind of get it over with. And then I've got video of me coming back. Richard and I split up when we got to the coast, and then I took a few days to get back home. A whole lot less dirt on the way back. I think I was burnt out by about riding on dirt at that point. Matt is a rare breed. You okay? But I'd watch anything you put out, man. Well, thanks, Matthew. Tom Cruise. I've seen all your stuff. Wow, that's an awesome compliment. I'm guessing uh, your comment is based on which is this is my. I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion that the people that really like me are my age. I have a real suspicion that people that really like me are my age. They're going, that guy looks like me. That guy's in my age group. He's doing stuff that I'm interested in. Maybe you're doing the stuff that I do. Maybe you want to do the stuff that I do. I'm really interested in my hardcore demographic and um, why those people respond to me, because it seems like I've got a very tight, narrow, hardcore demographic. Now, if I had like a bunch of 25-year-olds, if I had a bunch of 18 to 30-year-old women, I would be completely lost. But it seems like most of the guys are really my hardcore guys. That really the stuff that I'm doing really appeals to them. They look like me. It's kind of like looking in the mirror and saying, "Oh, I know that guy because that's me." Really, really curious about that. Oh shit. Well, I'm complete. All right, Matthew, I am. You got me. I don't know how the hell I missed that. You're one of my few younger um, viewers that hardcore. I'm, so if you're 30, yeah, dude. I'm almost 60. I could almost be your great grandfather. Down out in Nashville. What's up, dude? That is Solon. Solon is down and out in Nashville, and he took me out to the steak dinner. I talked about you coming down. That's been the highlight of my weekend since I tweaked my wrist. Is going out and grabbing a steak. It was short and sweet, and I loved hanging out with you, man. That was great. It I do what you do. I'm also recovering from a. Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Following you since I was about. Oh, okay. So you've been following me for a while. Shit, man. 30 oh hill. Ah. So maybe so Matthew, you've been watching me for a while back before the accident. I've got so many new subscribers since the accident because I guess that video that starts out with my face all scratched up, people wanted to I something compelling about that. You know, I would think it might just be just the opposite. It's like, man, I ride a motorcycle, but I don't want to hear about this tragedy. I don't want to hear about all that noise. I want to continue to ride my motorcycle in my blissful ignorance. And I say that in the nicest way because I'm ignorant of lots of things. Except what can happen when you're riding a motorcycle. Just minding my own business, riding down the interstate. Boom. Totally my fault, but totally unexpected. Yeah, I'm glad to have a younger audience because I look at my demographic. I don't know if you can tell. Let me see if I can pull that up. How can I pull that up? Window capture. Let me pull up. We'll go through some boring details of Google Analytics. Let's see. Let's see how hard that's going to be. Is it going to be possible? No, that's not going to work. Let's try something else. It's trying to give me keep. I don't want keep, but maybe I do. Let's try that window. There is nothing there. There it is. Alright, let's see if I can move this around. Capture method. Man. I'm about to give up, y'all. Sorry. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can get some demographics showing up here. Audience. So sometimes, sometimes I can get some detailed information about who's watching. But here's the most interesting thing. Most of my audience in the last 28 days, this is very skewed. Most of the time, most of my audience is like 98% men. But yeah, I've gotten an influx of women lately probably because of the crash. But if you look down here, and this has changed a lot too, so I've got an influx of younger audience too. Because usually it's like 80% of my audience is right here. This lower or this upper demographic, 45 to 65 plus. That's 85-90% of my audience. So this has changed a little bit in the last 28 days. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting because YouTube does show you a lot of stuff about who's watching your channel and all that stuff. So you never know. So I don't know what y'all think about those ideas. I'm much more interested in what my audience thinks and feels and responds to, because I don't want to make stuff that nobody's interested in. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste anybody else's time. So I'm always interested. 30-year-old here too. Hello, Moto Giant. Sam Smith turned me on. Oh yeah. I took a look at Sam Smith's channel. Interesting. I think I only watched one video, but yeah. I'm always interested in people that are either talking about me or talking about something that I'm interested in. There's a lot of people that checked out my story, and I love it because I think it's something. I think there's something to learn, and I'm hoping to share. Crap. Oh shit. There we go. I'm hoping to share my story with more people going forward. Not just that. I mean, I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff on my mind. What's? Wait a minute. Sam Smith, you're relatable, regular guy, humble. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm pretty arrogant. I just seem like I have humility. I get you fooled, Mike. I was contemplating getting back on a bike when I saw your crash video. Are you still thinking about getting back on a bike, Michael? How long has it been since you were on a bike? And I'm assuming that you're like most people that are my age. Um, you had the family thing come up. You got responsibilities. You got bills to pay. You got kids to raise, and being on a motorcycle is just a foolish endeavor when you're 20 something and you have a family. What's up, Bigfoot? That's a pretty accurate name now since I only have one foot. I hope to have another foot soon. Mike, yes he is. Lady just pulled right out in front of me, taking a left turn across the road. She had a stop sign even. Broke both my knees and my wrist. Well, I hope you got a big fat check out of that, Mr. Boyce. 2 surgeries, another one in front of me, taking a left turn across the road. She had a stop sign. Oh, 2 surgeries, another one about to come. When you got hurt, I was also laid out. It sucked bad when what happened to you. Oh, yeah. It still sucks, man. Still sucking. Hopefully I'll be back on top soon. Hopefully you will too, sir. Um, I'm healing up. Man, I'm just healing up so damn slow, y'all. That's the thing that really pisses me off. And this thing is really pissing me off because if you don't know, like the PT folks in rehab didn't really understand. I think they're really used to treating one thing. And I come in there banged all up, man. I'm banged up both wrists, let's see, shoulder, hip, lost my foot, lost a toe, 2 broken ribs, 2 broken vertebrae, and they're just like, oh, he's missing a leg, so we need to work out all his other stuff. And I'm like, no, I did it for about a week, and then I just started bitching. I was like, look, I got to use these hands to get up out of my bed into a wheelchair. I got to use these hands to get up out of my wheelchair onto the toilet, into the shower, everything. And you guys are wearing this out. This swollen freaking pounding wrist is hurting, excruciating pain. And I'm okay dealing with pain in short terms, but this thing is screaming every time I go do PT. And they're just like ignoring it. And finally, I just put my foot down. The last week, I was like, look, I'm not doing anything with my wrist anymore. Y'all want me to improve my wrist? Go fuck yourselves. Yeah, I got to use this. I got to have this available to be able to do just minimal mobility stuff. And it's not improving by you making this thing swell every day doing your crazy exercises. I'll work out the leg, I'll work out my back, I'll do anything else. But I'm back to it. And I think a lot of that was, if I could have just stayed off my wrist in the hospital, I think my wrist would have been a lot better, further along than it is now. Went off a bridge on a dirt bike and stopped riding, then I got the other one. Been riding 50 years, man. Yeah. Glad to have you. Hunted coyotes. Yeah, let's come close to death on our bikes, yet we still get back on them. Why? I don't know. I can tell you, that's probably should be a video. What's up, Connie Wait? Female, 70 years young. How did you stumble upon me, Connie? You've been watching me for at least a few weeks, I know. I can't remember. Do you go back before my crash or not? Because I don't have that many females. I really don't. I'm glad that there's a few more here. They bring balance. They bring balance to the audience. It's like President Trump. You were 1 inch away from losing your life. Yeah. Take what you have and use it wisely. If you keep the right attitude, it's hard, man. It's this weekend. It's been really hard. That's why I'm really glad to be airing my frustrations and maybe talking about something positive. In addition, it's been really hard. It's been a hard weekend. If my buddy Solo didn't come up, it would have been a really shitty weekend. So, thanks, Solo. Hoosier Hills and Back Road, 61 years, and really enjoy your videos. I hope you get back out there again. Yeah, there's no doubt. Unless I keep having setbacks. Setbacks. I'll be back out there soon. I'm staring at a motorcycle right across the lawn right there, and I'm thinking, man, if I could just ride that thing. If I just had a peg leg that I could count on. A peg leg with a rubber foot that I could build myself. I would get out there on that motorcycle just to feel a little bit of freedom. It's killing me. And the healing is not going fast enough. 2019, last time I had a bike, leaning towards not right now, but love riding. Yeah, I hear you, man. The other side, victoriously. Wrist pain is the worst. Well, especially if you depend on it. Like, normal people can get up and down out of a chair, go to the bathroom without using their wrist. I can't. I have one leg, and I cannot do it. I've tried to do it with my elbows, but it's almost impossible. I wish there was another way. Victims of chance and circumstance that are far worse than you, and they are so happy that they had another day. Yeah, I mean, that's really bottom line. That's what's keeping me going most days. It's like, yeah, it could be a lot worse. I could be dead. I could have 3 limbs missing instead of 1. Mom and daughter at the beach. When the mother got, I think you got cut off there, friend. Keep up the hard work. Thanks, JP. Where there is hope, optimism can be maintained. I know you'll come out on the other side of this soon. Don, you need to post a few of those older videos, the funny ones. Ball bearing Betty. Well, they're posted. I don't know. Maybe I need to repost I've done a couple of videos where I go, hey, these are the videos that YouTube will never show you. Maybe that's what I need to do. Just put some links down below. Hey, if you like funny stuff, let me go look. I think I have content. Let me take a look at my content playlist. Funny motorcycle. 113 funny motorcycle videos. And then are all pure funny stuff. But let's take a look. There's some funny stuff in here, man. I gotta tell you, even though it's my stuff, there's some funny stuff in here. Let's go through them real quickly, shall we? If I can actually get in here. Yeah. See if I can move these damn things over just a little bit. Can y'all see these things? Some of them are just, they've got funny stuff in them. But this one, the Ball Bearing Betty, is absolutely, that was one of my first funny videos. And it's been out 15, 17 years. It's only got 60,000 views after all that time. Bug Nuggets, 650 views. At YouTube, there's no doubt in my mind, YouTube is hiding this stuff, and I don't know why. And that's a short video. 10 signs you're a poser. I mean, it's got some funny stuff in there. The tent or hammock video, that's funny. Adventure Crocs, that's funny. Best stealth camping setup, yeah, that's funny. Shade Tree is funny. I think the Harley Livewire Legacy electric motorcycle is funny. My Tesla Autopilot, Bubble Boy. But none of these things got views. Most of them got hidden. So a few people saw it and said, that's pretty funny. Duck walking a motorcycle, that's pretty funny. Doug Wofke, that's just him telling a story, but it's really funny. There's some funny stuff in here. And I put a lot of effort into a lot of these videos just to make them funny. Here's my naked ride across the salt flats. Oh, Harley Davidson and yeah, that's pretty funny. A Marlboro Man. There's some funny videos in here. And there's some, just kind of cute videos, I would say. But anyway, yeah, maybe I should do a review of that. I don't know. I gotta do something. I'm stuck in this freaking house for weeks. Many more weeks, so I gotta do something. Yeah, anyway. Back, she saw her daughter bleeding out and her from a shark. Oh, shit. Yeah, there's been a lot of shark attacks here recently in Florida, of all places. Insurance advice. The policy is $250. Involved the next same coverage, max payout. Yeah, I probably need some insurance advice. I've got I just pulled a policy on the truck, so I've got pretty high. Can't remember what the uninsured motorist is, just in case I hit somebody that's not. Classic videos, I love it. Joe Rogan, yeah, that was fun. I really enjoyed doing the voiceover stuff. I probably should do more of that stuff. I don't know. Some of the videos do okay. Some of them just kind of sit there. But I looped a 919. It changed my life. Keep your spirits up and figuring out which bike. Yeah, I've got the bike figured out. Just it's way down at the of uh, bottom of the list. I gotta get a I get a foot. Boots for street riding. The best boots you can get are the ones that you can afford. I would say stiff, lots of protection, very strong. The boots that I left at home, that's the ones. So I've got some Alpine Stars Tech 3s, I think. They're very affordable. They were like 150, 170 bucks, something like that. I got them off Amazon and they fit. They work great. They were just what I felt was too stiff. I would have had to carry my work boots because I was going north to work. I was going to have to carry my work boots, and I didn't want to carry my work boots, so I wore my work boots, and I lost my foot. So don't make that mistake. Been watching you since before Tad. I'm an old guy. ADV riding, camping last several years due to you and others. Oh, great, man. That's great to hear. Email back and forth with you 2 days before the crash. Oh, jeez, I don't remember that, man. I don't remember. Well, maybe I'm just not putting your name together with Brewer Auction. Repost funny videos with new audio commentary. I want people to watch the original videos, and I don't know how to actually do that without going, hey, check out this. I mean, I kind of do that at the end of my videos, but for some reason people don't watch all the way to the end of my videos. I would love and that's a huge signal from YouTube too. If you watch a video and you click on the video at the end, that says that tells YouTube you really liked the video you saw, you liked it so much that you're going to watch the next one. And despite what they tell you is the best thing for you to watch. So yeah, whatever I can do to get people to click on the end screens. If y'all have got any ideas, what makes y'all click on end screens? You and Richard could make some funny shit now, I'm sure. Oh yeah. Oh dude, yeah. I've got lots of ideas with me and Richard. Yeah, funny shit. Well, it seems like it's been a year now, but it seems like he tried to put some kind of he carries a I can't remember what he carries. I think it's an automatic in his vest, and it seems like he at one point he told me he was trying to attach something to his leg somehow. That would be very interesting because his leg anyway, his leg is just a titanium pole that comes down and hits a foot. So it comes down from a knee thing. But I think it would be hard to attach and keep it from spinning, but I think that would be really cool. So, and another thing you guys don't know about me, I've always been fascinated about people that have some kind of severe disability and still ride. So I've got a bunch of interviews. Maybe that's what I should do is go back and I can repost those because those are on 2 or 3 other channels. I think I've got 2 channels that have interviews with these guys and watching them ride. We've got a guy that's racing around the track that's paralyzed from the waist down. And talk about modified motorcycle. He has to have some help getting from his chair onto the motorcycle, but everything else he does by himself. So he's got this setup where there's, I don't want to say training wheels, but basically something to stabilize his bike, but it's automatic. So he starts moving, and as soon as he starts moving, these training wheels pop up, and then when he comes into the pit, the wheels drop down. So it's basically a center stand, and the center stand is two wheels that come down. It's really cool. Very cool engineering, and this guy was very cool. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go back and find all those videos and talk about those guys, because they're all fascinating people. You guys seem to feed off of each other. Yeah, Richard's a cool guy, man. Who's your heels back? Yes, they could. Good to know. Bigfoot is a great nickname. Man, I've had Sasquatch, Bigfoot. I've had all kinds of names that people call me just because I'm a freaking giant. You know, I go out on a basketball court and I'm the short guy. You know, they want me to play point guard, which I can't do. But yeah, hanging around a group of normal people, I'm usually ahead or more above everybody else. So I am Sasquatch. I'm trying to remember the name that stuck for a while. I can't remember it. Big ass, biggin. I've had all kinds of little nicknames. RoboCop. Yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody's seen that Robert Rodriguez movie. God, what was it? It's like zombies. It's the movie that came in with Tarantino's movie Death Proof. It was Death Proof and something terror something. Anyway, it's got what's her name, the Me Too actress, and she gets her leg bitten off, and they put a peg on it for a leg, and then and then her boyfriend comes and rescues her from the hospital where they just put a peg at the bottom, and they mount like an AR. So she's out there killing zombies on the back of a motorcycle. I gotta find the movie because I gotta steal some of that footage. Damn it, I don't have Planet Terror. That's it. If anybody can get me a copy of Planet Terror, that would be really cool. I can even I can send you a login so you can upload it to my server. Yeah, if anybody can get that for me. I mean, I know how to get it, but I don't have access to internet that's not going to track me down. So if you guys are into torrents, anybody into torrents, I would like a copy of Planet Terror. And I'm going to have to go back out and edit this so I'm not involved in any crime. Have you came up with a plan for rear brake on it? I've got some ideas. I'll cross that bridge when we get there, and that'll be fun. I'm looking forward. I want that to be my biggest problem, is how do I get the brakes to work? I think it's probably going to be an additional lever up there on the right side. I can't think of anything in my mind where I can, because rear brake is important for me in low speeds, and I use the rear brake a lot in cornering. So a lot of people don't use brakes at all, but I use rear brakes to drop into corners. So right at the last minute, if I want to bleed off some speed, or I want more drop without pushing on the bars, I just use the rear brake a lot, because I go into corners hot a lot. Had a great motorcycle pass. I hate to hear that, Clint. Are you disabled to the point of not being able to ride, I'm guessing? And was it the result of a motorcycle incident? So if the streaming services, I think I found it on Tubi, but I didn't know they had the copyright stuff. I don't know if y'all have ever, because like YouTube you can screen capture YouTube. But the things that you can't screen capture because the browsers block it. Netflix, you can't screen capture. You can capture a black screen and you can get the audio, but you can't capture. So Netflix, Amazon Prime, and I think Tubi. I think I tried to. It was one of the other streaming services. I tried to capture it and it wouldn't let me. So maybe I'll try another browser. I don't know. I'll try something. That's a good tip, Ty. Hey mate, apologies, but I have to watch this one another time. Struggling with work issue. You look great. Thanks, man. Getting on a stream helps a lot. I just appear to be perfect. Well, I'm halfway through a pretty stiff White Russian. Thanks for showing up and saying hi, Chris. Well, I don't know if you guys have any other ideas about what I should do video-wise, but I'm all ears a lot of times. And this is one of those times. But yeah, I'm kind of burnt out on doing the crash stuff. I do want to tell the rest of the story about what happened after I woke up on the middle of the interstate. I want to tell that. I might want to talk about some of the stuff. Like, I've got a lot of questions. A lot of people are saying my foot went under the semi tire. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But who knows? I mean, I can go back and maybe reconstruct. I kind of want to do a little bit of reconstruction of what I think happened. But yeah, Lebowski. Hey, there's a beverage here, man. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, I think that's the only reason I drink White Russians, and I very rarely drink cocktails. If it's liquor, it's whiskey or vodka. A lot of times straight, a lot of times with a dash of something. Yeah, but this is a very rare thing. But I'm restricted. I could not get out this weekend and get anything because of my wrist, so I'm stuck here. And my brother had some rum and some other stuff, and I'm like, cocktails, not the best, but it's okay. Well, any other ideas about maybe what I should do as far as something interesting videos the next few weeks? I'm all ears. I want to tell this story. I think I said that earlier. I want to tell this story about this $50,000 space age piece of metal. How it came to be in my possession, because that's a story in itself. I want to maybe do the recreation of the crash scene, and then tell the story about my ride from the interstate to the first hospital, my flight over, and then close this thing out and start moving on. Kiss ass, the meaning of kiss ass. I'm not sure if I'm following you, Lebowski. Well, anybody got any comments, questions, anything? This is usually what I do at the end of the stream, is just maybe talk about the stuff. I enjoyed the content where you were working on the new crutch. Maybe do some content where you're working to proof. Crutch? You mean my peg leg crutch? Yeah, I might do that. It's hard to film that stuff though. So I gotta basically set up a tripod and keep the thing in focus while I'm actually grabbing stuff, which is sorry. Anytime I move my arm, this thing hurts, and apparently I've been moving around a good bit. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Well, the stuff that I've got right now is just pillows. I'm just trying to do, instead of spending another $50 on something I'm going to send back. I mean, I think it was like $170 shipped. I'm not bitching about it, but the idea was like, yeah, $170. If I could actually do some kind of walking and get up off my ass. Everything I do on the crutches is pretty excruciating on my wrist. So there's that. And I'm very unstable on those crutches, and I don't really know why. I think it's just because of my weak wrist. I mean, they're both weak, but this one actually hurts, and it hurts more the more I use it. But I'm very unstable, and my biggest fear, I keep saying this, my biggest fear is falling and that's a real setback. If I fell right now, that would be a huge setback. So I'm thinking that that peg leg is going to stabilize, and it does. It stabilizes me a good bit. So I'm hoping that if I get something that I can work with, if I can use some kind of a peg setup for 30 minutes without a lot of pain, I think I'm willing to try that. I just don't want to spend another 50, $100. Anyway, I walked when I broke my foot. Worked well. Yeah, you're probably normal size, cowboy, aren't you? Yeah, I'm 6'5". The thing says 6'6", but it's not. It doesn't go to 6'6". It doesn't go to 6'5", because I'm probably barely 6'5", and it's probably like pushing 6'4". So it doesn't extend out. So what I have to do is put a platform cushion, something in there. But really, um, the squishier the platform, the added cushion is, the squishier it is, the more comfortable it is, but the more unstable it is too. And I'm thinking, from what I've seen so far, the more it hurts my knee. So my leg is very comfortable with a nice squishy cushion, but my leg is going like that up and down on the cushion, which makes the platform unstable. So, yeah. Just got back. Steve came over to load paddleboard stuff. We were going fishing on the Cahaba. Oh shit, man! We all have fun. Going to wear an air vest? No, I don't think so. I don't plan on crashing anymore. And I'm not gonna diss air vests because a lot of people are wearing them, and a lot of people even watching my videos have commented I've got an air vest now. It's like, man, if whatever you think is going to make you safe, unless there's some evidence out there to the contrary, I would say do it. But yeah, I don't even know what those damn things are. I'm guessing they're probably $1,000, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know if they work. There's so many unknowns about that stuff. Um, and I would also say when I start seeing them pop up on MotoGP, I might change my mind. But to me, it just feels like some kind of a gimmicky thing to make people feel safer, whether or not they actually are or not. I don't know. Um, I mean, it's certainly a level of protection, but is it going to be worth the expense? And I don't know. I'm giving you my I am not a safety expert. I'm probably the last person you need to talk about or to talk to about safety gear. But I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about my experience. I'm gonna talk about that's probably the video that I need to make is another gear review because Luke, I don't know if he's still in here. He just got a mesh jacket, and I was volunteering before he got it. Um, and this still holds true. Anybody that wants to try out some of my gear, a lot of people don't ride gear or use gear in the summer just because they think that they can't be comfortable. But there is plenty of gear out there that's very comfortable in the summer. And that's the gear that I was. Well, actually, my jacket was not a summer jacket, but my pants were. Um, but they've got very comfortable gear out there that saved my ass. So um, I just don't know anything about air vest. I really don't. I wished I knew more. I wished I could give you some better advice, but I'm probably not the best guy to talk to about that stuff. But I would be much more impressed if I started seeing them pop up on MotoGP. Let us know if we can do anything. Keep watching. Keep watching. The folks that are not wearing gear, get them to watch my crash stuff, and just see if that changes their mind on anything. I mean, I had most of the gear. I had most of the gear, and the stuff that was lacking is, pretty evident. Plus, they don't make them in our sizes. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. To me, it just feels gimmicky. It feels like somebody's taking advantage of fear rather than filling a safety niche. I don't know that they work. I don't know that there's any evidence. Um, Body airbags. Why aren't there body airbags? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, any other comments, questions, anything before I shut her down? Because I sure have enjoyed uh, talking to y'all. And my mood is lifted, and it's not just the cocktail. It's I love talking to you guys, even though y'all can't really talk back. Um, I want to live stream with some other people. So anybody that you think I should connect with, anybody that you'd be interested in hearing from, sharing a stream with me, y'all let me know in the comments um, after we shut this thing down. You can still comment. I think it takes a few minutes before you can come back in and comment, but I would like to hear what y'all are interested in, what the conversation should be going forward. I guess that's it for now. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. See y'all in the next one.